If you were given the chance to cut on your cost of acquiring customers by 4x, would you take it? Keeping in mind that you get to do that without having to hire more employees or having your current ones work on things like lead follow-up or customer calls, etc. Today I'll show you 3 powerful AI systems that will cut on your customer acquisition costs like crazy. And by the end of the video, my promise to you is that you'll have what it takes to really lower your customer acquisition costs as soon as next week. Stay tuned and let's jump into it. But if you're new to the channel, my name is Mutiso and I'm part of the team at Big Grip, where we help business owners unlock the next level of growth through AI and automation. I also share my knowledge out there to help AI developers get better and better. I'm also a certified marketer, so I'm able to help you see how AI systems can practically help you cut on your customer acquisition costs and really help you boost your marketing. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So here I have some presentation prepared for you guys. It looks fancy and all, so on the comments down below, just quickly rate the design and how it looks. Anyways, I'm just joking. So you can see AI phone callers to cut on CAC, and you can see there 3 strategies to leverage AI phone callers to cut on your customer acquisition costs. So there are the 3 strategies. An AI voicebot to boost meeting show-up rates. So what this does, the AI voicebot will call booked-in customers to remind them to show up for the meeting. Then the second one is an AI voicebot to automatically call new leads once they show interest, for example, submitting their email and phone number from your website or your ad campaigns that are running out there. Then the third one is an AI voicebot for 24/7 inbound call handling. What that means is 24/7 365, whenever a customer calls your business phone line, all of them will immediately get a call response from the AI system. The AI will pick up the phone call and interact with the customer, answering their questions while steering the conversation towards the next steps, which could be booking an appointment, etc. So that's a quick run through on that. So let's go into the first one. That's an AI voicebot to boost meeting show-up rates. Okay, so when you book a customer into a meeting, you have incurred Facebook ad costs. So right now we are assuming we're running Facebook ads. So you have incurred Facebook ad costs and also the marketing team salary expenses. Those are the costs that you have incurred. If you book in, let's say 25 meetings, but only 10 of them end up showing up, then that's a waste of money because you've booked 25 meetings, but only 10 have showed up. So that is 15 customers that you have paid Mark Zuckerberg so that they actually book in the meeting, but they didn't end up actually showing up for the meeting. So you can see all those costs that you have incurred for the leads that didn't actually end up arriving at the meeting, they are added on top of the cost of the actual 10 who end up showing up for the meeting. So you can see how this really ramps up your customer acquisition costs. So when you book a potential customer into a meeting, you have already paid, for example, Facebook ads to have them book into the meeting. So for example, we are running Facebook ads to sell our AI systems to business owners out there. When a business owner is interested, we will tell them on the ad, click the link in the description for you to be able to book in a meeting with our team. Then they end up booking a meeting with our team. They provide their email address, their contact numbers. Then we're able to book in a meeting with them, let's say next week on Monday at 10 a.m. If I have 25 of such potential customers that I've completely booked them into my calendar for next week, and actually just 10 of them end up showing up, then my customer acquisition costs really go up. Why is that? Is because I've already paid the Facebook ads. Let's say I spent $10,000 to have the 25 of them book into a meeting, but only 10 of them ended up actually showing up to the meeting. So you can see how 15 of them not showing up adds extra costs on top of your customer acquisition costs, because all these expenses have to be covered by the 10 customers who actually end up showing up for the meeting. And consider that we haven't even started considering your close rates, because there's one thing to actually have them show up for the meeting. There's another story now to actually close the deal. So that's a matter on your conversion rates and your close rates, which we'll touch on as we continue on this. So if you've already paid Facebook ads, let's say $10,000 to have 25 customers book into a meeting for your next week's calendar, then you might as well remind the customer to actually show up for the meeting. And that's one thing, like low show up rates is a big problem for most small to medium sized businesses out there, because they don't have it automated to be able to remind the customer to show up for the meeting. Something like 2 days before the meeting, they get a call. 1 day before the meeting, they get a call. Then 2 hours before the meeting, they get a call. And these calls are coming from our AI system that has been set to automatically call all our leads that have booked into a meeting to remind them 3 times before the meeting that they need to show up for the meeting, such as they don't have an excuse. Because the reality is we are human beings and we're not living in a cocoon. Things tend to happen. We tend to forget sometimes. So it's important to remind your customer. This can really help boost your show up rates from somewhere like 40% to 90% show up rates. Like, it's that crazy of a system. So if you boost your meeting show up rates from 40% to 90%, by how much do you actually lower your customer acquisition costs? So let's take a scenario over here. So if, let's say, you spent $10,000 this month and landed 10 clients, your customer acquisition cost would be $1,000. That is $10,000 divided by 10 clients, okay? But if you boosted your meeting show up rates from 40% to okay, just saying here, this meant to be 90%. So if you're able to boost it from 40% to 90%, let me just quickly alter this, because by the way, these slides will be provided, link in the description, where you'll get access to the entirety of these slides. You can be able to leverage it to understand deeper on what we're discussing on. So let me go back. So if you boosted your meeting show up rates from 40% to 90%, you really cut on your customer acquisition costs. Here's how and by how much. Let's continue. So let's assume we have a close rate of 40% in all cases. So by a close rate of 40% means, for example, if I have 10 clients who actually hop on a meeting with my sales team, I'm able to close 4 of them into actually being customers. Just remember, in the previous slide here, we said that we are spending $10,000. We have spent, $10,000 this month, and we have landed 10 clients, okay? So to land those 10 clients at a close rate of 40%, then it means our team hopped on 25 meetings to actually close the 10 customers. Because, if you've done mathematics, you'll just say 40% is equals to, let's say, 10 customers. What about 100%? There you'll get that it's actually 25 meetings that were actually, our sales department had to hop on 25 meetings, and out of those 25 meetings, they closed 10 of them into actual paying customers. So at a meeting show, so by the way, what we are doing right now is we are working backwards so that we're able to see in total like how many meetings we actually booked and how many of them didn't actually end up showing up to the meeting. So we are working backwards for that. So at a meeting show up rate of 40%, again, I'm assuming that we have a meeting show up rate of 40%, which is a scenario that I think we mentioned over here. So that our AI system comes to boost it from 40% to 90%. But let's continue. So you can see at a meeting show up rate of 40%, then it means we actually booked 63 people, but they didn't all show up for the meeting. Only 25 of them actually showed up, because that is 40% of 63 people is 25 people. So now you've seen we have spent $10,000 to have 63 people book into a meeting just for 25 of them to only be the ones who show up. So we lose on, just do that calculation of 63 minus 25, that's 5 to reach 30, then we have 30, 35, 38 people that actually don't show up for the meeting. It's crazy, man. You're losing a lot of money in your business and you don't know it. So if we introduce the AI Voicebot and we boost our meeting show up rates from that 40% to 90%, then let's calculate how much our new customer acquisition costs will be. And mind you, this is keeping in mind that everything else is held constant, okay? We're only boosting the meeting show up rates. The close rate remains constant and everything else. With a meeting show up rate of 90%, if we booked in 63 people, then that means actually 57 people of those 63 actually ended up showing up for the meeting. So that means the AI Voicebot calling 100% of those customers, trying to remind them 3 times to actually show up for the meeting, increases the number of actual meetings that weren't missed from 25 to 57. So from 25 people being the only ones that show up to 57 being the ones that actually show up. So our sales team has hopped on meetings with 57 potential customers. With a close rate of 40%, then we actually end up with 23 of them as paying customers. That is a jump from the initial 10 clients landed. Remember, we had spent $10,000 in the initial case before the AI system was in place. We spent $10,000 to land 10 customers. But in this case, with the AI system in place, we're spending $10,000 to land 23 clients. Isn't that crazy? And you can see how this can really ramp up your profits, especially if you're selling, let's say, high ticket services or services that have high customer lifetime values. So therefore, if we initially spent $10,000 to land 10 clients, and that time our CAC was $1,000, our new CAC will be $10,000 divided by 23 clients, making our CAC at $435 from that $1,000. You can see how this is crazy type of stuff. The Voicebot literally cuts our CAC by 57%. 57%, my guy. If you don't have such a system in your company, then you're losing on a lot of leverage. Your competitor could be having this, and it could be the reason why they're eating market share and the likes. So you need to be proactive in terms of adopting such revolutionary, such innovative technologies that give you an edge in the marketplace. I mean, the marketplace is very gruesome and rigorous, so you have to gain any competitive advantage you're able to bring. So the next one is an AI Voicebot to automatically call new leads. Okay, so immediately a lead submits their information. It could be from your Facebook ads, Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads, or it could be from your website. Okay, wherever it is, they get a call from the AI immediately. Okay, not immediately, let's say assume a 60-second delay. So they've clicked submit right now to provide their email, phone number and name, and after 60 seconds they get a call from our AI system, where the AI system does two things. The AI system first qualifies the lead to see, for example, whether they have the budget, whether they have, let's say, the decision-making power, whether they have, let's say, the actual need, and whether it's the problem they're experiencing, it's urgent to actually solve it. So that's qualifying the lead. Then the second thing is book them into a meeting. So it's first qualifying the lead, then steering the conversation towards booking them into a meeting as soon as possible. So why does this cut on your customer acquisition costs? Is statistics show that if you're able to immediately respond to leads, let's say 60 seconds or to 5 minutes of them actually showing interest in your business, then you're 4 times more likely to close the deal. That literally boosts your conversion rate by 4 times. So if it was at 4%, it jumps to 16%. That is 4 times 4. It's crazy. And it's why big companies really put in a lot of budget on customer support salary expenses, because they know that being able to reach out to leads as soon as possible increases the likelihood of them closing deals. They don't want to have leads coming in and they're falling through the cracks, because they've already paid to acquire these leads through the funnel. They might as well maximize as much out of it as possible. So assuming the same CAC of customer acquisition costs as before, where we spent $10,000 to land 10 clients, making our CAC at $1,000, then our new CAC will be at where? Let's do that calculation. So we'll take a scenario over here where our conversion rate is 4%. Okay, so if our conversion rate is 4%, means we need to have 25 booked in meetings in order to land just one customer. Therefore, in our case where we have 10 customers that we actually end up closing, it means we had to hop on 250 meetings. That is 25 times 10. Okay, but with the Voicebot in place, we know with the Voicebot in place, we really boost our conversion rate by 4 times. So if our conversion rate was 4%, it jumps up to 16%. So what is 16% of 250 meetings booked? It means we actually land 40 customers. So when our sales team hops on 250 meetings, they actually close 40 meetings. So that is a jump from initially they would hop on 250 meetings and only close 10 customers. But in this case, they hop on 250 meetings but close 40 customers by the help of having an AI Voicebot in place, making our new CAC at $250. Why is that? That is $10,000 that we have spent, but now we have landed 40 clients. That is 10,000 divided by 40, giving us $250. That is a 75% decrease in our CAC. That's crazy. What would this mean to your business? Just picture it. If you're able to decrease your customer acquisition costs by 75%, what does that mean? It means you're able to land way more customers from that small marketing budget that you have. So the bottom line here is automatically calling leads immediately they show interest, boosts your conversion rate as you're meeting them when their need is at its peak. You don't want the lead to submit their information and you're reaching out 1 or 2 days later. First of all, they will deem your brand as unestablished and unprofessional, and 2, it would no longer be the case that it's necessarily a priority right now, because as I've mentioned, we are not living in a cocoon out here. We're living in a world where, let's say, the time they submitted their information, that problem was very, very urgent. But now, let's say it's 2 days later, and now let's say they have to let's say they have lost a member of their family, and now the money they have is allocated to fund the funeral and the likes, and they don't have money to pay for your AI systems. Like you can see, you want to meet them when their need is at its peak. So, and the second point is immediately qualifying the leads ensures your sales team is only hopping on calls with qualified leads, no unqualified ones. What this means is you don't need to have a huge team of 100 salespeople who are hopping on calls with 1,000 potential customers, and these 1,000 potential customers are both unqualified and qualified leads. Okay, in this case, you're able to narrow down the list so that you, instead of having 1,000 meetings, we have only 500 qualified leads that we are hopping on meetings with. Therefore, instead of having the 100 salespeople, we can just have 50 salespeople, which is a significant cut on your sales staff salary expenses, because we very well know that sales staff salary expenses add on your customer acquisition costs. Because what is the customer acquisition costs? This will be the cost that you have run in terms of ad campaigns, that is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn ads, YouTube, wherever. Add on top of that your marketing team salary expenses. So if you have, let's say, 10 people in your marketing team, and each you're paying them 100,000, so that is you're incurring 1 million in marketing salary expenses. If you have, let's say, a sales team of 10 people and each you're paying them 100,000, that is 1 million in sales staff salary expenses. So you add the 1 million of sales staff salary expenses plus 1 million of marketing staff salary expenses, then add your ad campaign costs. So let's say it was also 1 million. You can see that is a total of $3 million that we have spent this month, or to be able to acquire, let's say, 30 customers. So if we do that, we're able to see 3 million divided by 30 would be our customer acquisition costs. So if we're able to really have a lean sales department such that we don't have hundreds of sales team, we have a small team of mercenaries, we're really able to lower our customer acquisition costs. And finally, the final AI system is an AI Voicebot for 24/7 inbound call handling. What does this mean? Okay, so when a lead makes a call to your business and they're inquiring in regard to your product or service, then they immediately receive a response from the AI. What this means is whether it's day, whether it's night, whether it's the weekend, whether it's on a holiday, whatever time it is, when a customer calls your business, they're inquiring in regard to your services or your products, then they immediately receive a call response from the AI Voicebot. Okay, this is different from the initial one, because this one, the initial one is we are calling the lead, so it's an outbound call, not an inbound call. An outbound call is, yes, the lead has submitted their email and phone number from our ad campaign or our website, and now our AI system is calling them. That is an outbound call. But in this case, when the customer actually, now they have maybe been watching our videos and now they are calling our phone number to inquire in regard to our services, they get an immediate response from our AI system that will pick up, answer all their questions, and steer the conversation towards the next steps, which could be booking them into a meeting and the likes. So let's go back. So in the same case, how does being 24/7 available to pick up customer calls really cut down on your customer acquisition costs? How it does that is, just as the same case as before, by providing immediate responses to customer calls, you are 4 times more likely to close the deal. You 4x your conversion rates. So if your CAC was at $1,000, it would end up at somewhere around $250 roughly. That is a 75% decrease in your CAC. So in conclusion, AI Voicebots are a really powerful tool to cut down on your business's cost of acquiring customers. This would really help you scale your business, because initially if you needed to spend $10,000 to land 10 customers, now if you spend $10,000 next month with the AI system, you land 23 clients instead. That is just an example. It could be way more depending on your business and the efficiencies of your funnel. If you'd want to work with our team to be able to build such powerful AI systems, then there'll be a link in the description to book in a meeting with our team. Anyways, that's it from me. If you want access to these slides that I've prepared for you, there'll be a link in the description to be able to access the entirety of it. Anyways, that's it from me. Till next time, stay savvy. Peace.